time is 10:50 a.m. Good morning. The news headline: Hope Uzodinma, campaign leader or campaign killer? The news info: when the All Progressive Congress (APC) announced Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma as the leader of the Anambra State Governorship Campaign Council for Senator Andy Uba, who is vying for the coveted seat in Agụ-Awka, the last thing they must have wished was a situation where the person chosen to lead them would turn out to be the architect of their doom. From what is playing out today, Uzodinma is not covering his party in Anambra in a lot of glory, no thanks to his refusal to be part of the anti-grazing bill which the other 16 southern governors have agreed to pursue. By refusing to tag along, Uzodinma becomes the odd one out among his colleagues in the south, even as Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu has just signed it into law in his state. Reacting to Uzodinma's fox power, the Apex Igbo socio-cultural group Uzodinma warned that it would excommunicate him should he withdraw from the ban on open grazing initiated by Southern Governors Forum. Uzodinma worldwide has warned the governor of Imo State on the dangers of withdrawal from the ban on open grazing initiated by the Forum of Southern Governors. The Imo governor, Senator Hope Uzodinma, has attracted the scourge of hatred, plagues, and curses on his government. The group said in a statement signed by its Secretary General, Mazi Okechukwu, recalled that the governors of 17 southern states had pronounced a ban on open grazing in the region at their meeting in Asaba in May. At a follow-up meeting on the issue in Lagos, the governor set a September deadline for all the states in the region to pass a law prohibiting open grazing. Following their dissatisfaction with Uzodinma action, the Ohaneze said his absence from meetings of the southern governors, which held in Lagos and Asaba, raised suspicion of what they described as an attempt to ambush the resolution of southern governors. They said Uzodinma's action had reinforced their suspicion that he did it intentionally and was part of his plot to ambush the resolutions of the southern governors. The Apex Igbo group warned that Uzodinma would never escape the venom of Indigbo, as he would surely taste the retribution of God and wrath of the people as a confirmed saboteur. This will serve as a warning to any Igbo governor that will follow such decision, that he will never escape the malevolence and venomous action of the people, the statement added. The group further accused Governor Uzodinma of becoming a tool in the hands of detractors seeking to destabilize southern Nigeria. It also directed Uzodinma to not only show repentance but resigned the decision to pull out from the ban on open grazing from September 1, 2021. Uzodinma had announced that he was pulling out of the agreement with the southern governors, declaring that there was no law banning open grazing in Imo. In Uzodinma's word, "I don't have any law in Imo State for anti-grazing, but what we have done is that we are regulating grazing activities in Imo State under a partnership between our farmers and herders. Whether or not the Ohaneze can match words with action on the Uzodinma case remains to be seen, but the fact remains that Uzodinma has betrayed himself as a willing tool in the hands of the federal government, which manipulated his usurpation of the government house in Owerri. His action simply proved right the suspicions that he was foisted on the people of Imo State by Abuja in order to execute their hidden agenda. It also showed that his moniker, Supreme Court Governor, attached to the manner of his emergence as governor, is true. This, however, is for those still in doubt, but for the majority of the people, Uzodinma is a lackey of Abuja, a man ready to do anything to please his masters, even when that thing hurts his own people. And we all know that one of the major problems in the country now is the issue of marauding herdsmen who have been killing, raping, and plundering across their host communities in order to accommodate them. The presidency had sold the idea of rural settlement which was immediately torpedoed by many Nigerians. Now, same presidency is howling like demented dogs about open grazing, which many are now opposing. Open grazing, just like Ruga, will allow these killer herdsmen access our land, and this means bringing them into closer contact with people. This will in turn trigger more clashes and confrontations, leading to more bloodletting. It was to guard against this that the Southern Governors Forum agreed to legislate against such in their states. Legislating against open grazing will surely save lives and protect farmlands, but Uzodinma would rather do the will of those who installed him than take action that will protect his people. Indeed, Imo people must be wondering what they did to have been caused by this kind of leader, just when they thought they had gotten over the wahala of the immediate past governor, Rochas Okorocha, but their regrets are now wasted as Uzodinma has seemingly come to stay. It is this same Uzodinma that the APC chose to deliver their candidates in Anambra. It is assumed ordinarily that anyone chosen to lead a major exercise to catch votes should be one that is very popular and unblemished. Any other thing than that will only make it difficult for the party to win any election. So in choosing Uzodinma after knowing its antecedents, does it mean the APC wants its candidate and the Uba not to win the coming election? It is bad enough that the APC is unpopular in this part, and it will only be calamitous for the party to choose someone as bad, if not worse, than the party's image to lead them in an important campaign. That, to me, is a recipe for disaster unless the party has other plans we do not know that will fetch them. But people these days have become a lot wiser, especially Anambra people. Seeing a character like Uzodinma leading Andy Uba will only leave the people in dread of what might likely come. What do I mean? If Uzodinma was planted to do the bidding of the presidency and everything, does it mean that that having another Lucky in Anambra will achieve the same result? Only a 3 years about its impending fate and still stands. The choice of APC of Uzodinma to lead the campaign for its candidate is likely choosing a tortoise to lead a quartet in a marathon. It is a race whose outcome has already been known. And the analysis is quite simple. This is a writer distinguishing between Uzodinma, the governor of Anambra State, either being a leader or a killer, because he has been known for quite a while now to actually be doing the wills of his masters, that is, his political fathers or godfathers or leaders, than complying with the wish and will of the people. Of recent, the Southern governors agreed that there should be an anti-open grazing law, but Uzodinma did not comply because he said in his word that there is no anti-grazing law in his own state because he has a already working law between the Fulani herdsmen and the farmers. And people are surprised, saying that Uzodinma has actually betrayed the people. And for this reason, in a recent campaign to make one Andy Uba win the forthcoming election, whereby Uzodinma was made the chairman of the campaign, that they are very sure that they have done a very great mistake because the citizens and residents of Anambra State are now wiser, and that he is concluding that this is a sign of what to come, that the APC will actually lose woefully in this coming election for the fact that they can make Uzodinma the chairman of the campaign to make Andy Uba win in the coming election, because it is bad enough that the APC is even unpopular in the parts of the state where they want to choose someone as bad, if not worse, to lead them in such an important campaign. Thanks for listening.